best fans ever. Last home game for me, the senior. So definitely felt great. Felt like a family environment. Just also a good feeling just for the new guys, transfers, freshmen, just to get to finally feel like what it feels like to play at UNC. But overall, I think we did some good things. Definitely a lot of things that we can learn from. But I mean, it's still early in the season, only the first game. So, but I'm overall just proud of the team's effort and the way we bounced back in the second half was better.
What were the things you were most satisfied with, and the things you think you guys can perhaps learn the most from?
Second half, we took care of the ball. I know in the first half, we had a lot of turnovers, a lot of silly ones. And then just learning from our defense, they scored off our mistakes. So, just talking early on the ball screens and stuff like that, being in rotation. So that got better in the second half. We was able to kind of cut that out a little bit. But, we're going to grow as a team. We got a lot of experience and maturity and a lot of talented players. So I think we're going to be really good.
Was it frustrating in the first half? You guys were shooting the ball really well, but there were some defensive breakdowns and obviously the turnovers. Mm-hmm. Was that frustrating at all to kind of be getting in your own way a little bit?
I mean, that's what we emphasized in the locker room going to halftime was, we're getting buckets. In offense we're fine. It's about the defense. We can't keep trading baskets and whatnot. So we really dialed in going to the second half on, trying to, our main model is like stop, score, stop. We get a stop and then we go out on the other end to get a bucket and then come back and play defense to get another stop. So that's what we try to focus on going to the second half. I think we cut it. I think we went onto a run a little bit. Just kind of just knowing our defensive principles and not going off script.
Was it adjusting to the style of defense you're playing this year as opposed to last year? Was that what you'd attribute some of the lapses to, or just concentration?
Just a lot of switching, a lot of 1 through 4 switching. We've got a lot of guards that could guard multiple positions. Guys that could guard multiple positions. I would say in terms of like similarity, the ball screen coverages is something that we've been doing since I was here, since a sophomore. In terms of like the ice and week, but there's a lot of things. The only difference would be is like the switching.
What stood out most to you among the new guys? Who or what stood out to you among them?
Nothing really for me because I've been seeing this in practice, and this is nothing new because our preparation and what they've been doing. But in terms of like for the outside looking in, the outside viewers, you guys can see like the ball movement, go from good to great shots, and always guys looking for the extra pass. And that's just what this team's all about. It's such an unselfish team. Not always looking for each other's our own success, but we're looking for each other's team's success. So.
Me and
Right.
Appreciate it.
How did you guys adjust to making the defensive lapses in the first half? What was different as the game wore on?
Our main objective, coming out of halftime, was just to guard the ball. We weren't doing pretty well one-on-one defense, so we just took pride in that and more in the second half.
What about your first college game? Tell me about your emotions and the experience and just being out there in front of the crowd.
Yeah, it was really different. I never played in front of a crowd like this. I've never even played in front of a student section before, so it's kind of different, and it was really exciting.
Any surprises?
No, not really. Not any surprises.
Were you a little amped up early?
What'd you say?
Were you a little amped up early? It looked like you were going real fast, and maybe sometimes a guy has to get out there and sweat a little bit to sort of gather himself?
Yeah, it's an adjustment for me coming off the bench. I never really did that before, so it's a little adjustment.
So when you're on the bench when the game starts, since you haven't done it before, what are you looking at? What are you trying to teach yourself to do so when you get in, you can sort of be in game mode?
I'm just looking at everything, how the ball screen is being guarded, what RJ's doing well, what RJ's struggling with. I try to learn from him because he plays my position out there, so I'm just looking at him most of the time.
You guys had a lot of catch and shoot guys.
Yeah.
They were getting a lot of shots. They didn't fall after a while, but a pretty hot start from out there. When you are driving, when you're trying to create, what is the benefit, the value of having so many dudes that can catch and shoot from outside?
It just opens the court up. I'm a really fast player, so having shooters around me definitely helps me out a lot.
You guys played 11 guys, 10.
Get it to me early, and I think you saw that just with even the first play. Coach, he drove a beautiful play, got me an easy dunk, and then after that, I knew it would be a good game because I got going.
End of the first half, they were leading. You guys went on a little run. In that run, Harrison and Cormac played pretty big roles. Is that kind of what those guys can bring for you guys, that energy?
For sure. I think that was their coming out moment, and They were very excited. Obviously, Harry got that and one, and then Cormac got that steal, and it was just huge for us, and it got the building rocking. So it was a great little series by them.
One of the things Coach Davis spoke on was like being faster in transition. Was there ever times that y'all felt like y'all moving too fast? There was a few turnovers in the first half.
Definitely. I mean, credit to Elliot, though. He does a great job of just getting the ball out in transition, and we have to do a better job of just being ready to catch those passes. But credit to Elliot, and man, we're going to clear it out next week.
How does when you're posting up like that open things up for everybody else and flow the offense?
You have to respect it. When I'm posting up that hard, you know that the double's going to come, and you know that everybody's going to collapse in and they'll open up shots for everybody.
We've had a lot of big games here, but not always the first game of the season. Did this seem like this was the time to do it, or?
This is my year and this our year, so I just knew I had to go out playing hard and really setting the tone because it really starts with me.
Did you sense this was a big game for you?
Definitely. Going in, I knew I wanted to have a big game, and like I said, they were undersized, so I knew I had to go in early and set the tone. That way I can open up everything else for everybody.
What was that like for you?
You had a little bit of a height advantage on them, so you took advantage of that too, right?
Definitely. I mean, I know I'll have a good job. I know I'll have a good day on the glass, and I know I could punish him in the post. So it was great.
Sometimes turning down a good one for a day one is what good basketball is.
You played 11 guys tonight, 10 for at least 9 minutes. Do you think that depth is maybe the defining trait of this team, or one of them?
Depth is definitely one of our strengths. You can tell in the second half they were a little worn out. I think if we keep throwing fresh bodies at them, the way that we play, the way that we guard, and the way that we want to push in transition, it's really hard to prepare for that pace.
Pardon me if you've already explained this, but tell me about the shoot around and who did you collide with and how that happened?
Yeah, just a freak accident. Got elbowed and shoot around. Went right up and got 10 stitches. So
Who elbowed you?
I just ran into Armando.
So it's 10 stitches?
10 stitches.
No, didn't feel concussed or anything? Just
No,
weird?
no concussion symptoms. Just had to get stitched up. And definitely, not the way I wanted shoot around or pregame to go, but it's nothing crazy. Stitches never hurt nobody.
It's supposed to get tougher in the games, I guess, not
Yeah,
before the game.
yeah. I was prepared for everything. I mean, I had my headband on. I had my Band-Aid or whatever, my patch up here. So I was just hoping I didn't get hit again and split open.
So you don't normally wear a headband?
I don't normally wear a headband. I just had to keep some things in place up top and protect the wound.
So tell me, buddy, you played a career in the Ivy League. How different is this experience tonight?
It's really different. Playing in an arena like the Smith Center, 22,000, there's nothing like that at the mid-major level. So you play in front of a home crowd that's into it, on their feet, feeding off that energy is great.
And explain how when Armando posts up like that, it seems to open up the rest of the half-court offense for you guys.
It does. It forces teams to make a tough decision. You're going to double an All-American, make him pass it to knockdown shooters all around the perimeter, or you're going to guard him one-on-one, which is a bad idea for most teams. So, we like to get it down low to him as much as possible, and we know he's going to make the right decision with it.
We heard about your shooting ability, but so some good passing ability tonight. Talk about that.
For sure. People characterize me as a shooter, but I consider myself just an all-around basketball player. I think I'm a good playmaker. Definitely keep taking the open ones, but at the end of the day, take what defense gives you. If you got to drive, lane, and find a teammate, that's what I'm willing to do, and I feel comfortable making plays for others too.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
I could name it. I could go down the list. Armando obviously had a tremendous game. He's the best big in the country. I'll say that all year long. Harrison, I think, is the best three-man in the country. RJ is the best point guard in the country. We got a couple of the best freshmen in the country, too. In Aiden and Elliot. Paxson's as tough as they come. Jay Wash, Seth, Jalen came off the bench, gave us amazing minutes. James is a tremendous worker. So, listen, I'm excited to be a part of this group. I think you can say positive things about every single guy on our team. And I think we got a glimpse of a little bit of what everyone can do tonight. And I think there's a lot more to come.
Did you have kind of an aha moment playing for Carolina basketball?
I would say that at the end towards the end of the first half, I got out, hit Harrison for the layup. That was a good, I think, momentum shift for us heading into the half. It's always good to kind of get a steal, get a bucket on the other end. It's a good momentum swing. So I would say that.
Yeah, you were fired up on that one.
Oh yeah.
It looked like a nice, almost a Tiger Woods.
Yeah, I don't know what's coming, but I know something's coming. I'm a fiery guy. I love to see my teammates do well, and so Harrison, great finish there. Just happy to be able to make plays and continue to try and win ball games.
I thought
I mean, it wasn't perfect, obviously, but it was a starting point. I don't know if you saw it that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Home openers are actually tougher than they look. This is my 5th one. I've been in a lot of them, especially at a place like Carolina. People come in, they want to give you their best punch, and Radford's a good team. So, I think I'm proud of the way we won, proud of the way, learning through winning is a great way to do it.
Right.
People say you can take a lot of, to learn from a loss, but I'd rather learn through winning.
What did you? Go ahead.
Yeah, no, really.
What did you learn from this game?
Yeah, I think, what did I learn is that I think we've got a really high ceiling. We didn't play our best ball in the first half. I think overall, we still, we turned it over a little too much. I think, we had a couple of chances to kind of make easy shots, easy buckets. They didn't go down. Still win the game, still win by a good margin. Able to kind of battle through adversity. So I know that we're tough. I know that we're able to do that. And I know that we've got a chance to be really, really good.
Did you think there was any sort of a bad omen when Paxson gets nailed in shoot around or whatever, and he's gash? I mean, it's like, oh my god, it's like.
No, it's tough. I mean, that's kind of a freaky thing. It's just kind of a random kind of lightning strikes moment, but he's as tough as they come. So he slapped that stitches on, banded on, headband, right back out there making winning plays for us. So that was we weren't worried.
But those shoot-arounds were supposed to be casual. What's going on there?
Yeah, they are. I think it just kind of happened. We go hard. We got one speed. So.
You guys made your first 5 threes.
We did.
And then I think it was 2 for 15 or something.
It's 13 of them.
What do you think happened? Why did you think it dried up?
I think sometimes it's just the way the ball rolls. We've got great shooters on this team. I think we've got a chance to be one of the better shooting teams in the country, especially with the amount of attention Armando gets down low. It's a really good dual threat for us. And so, sometimes they go in, sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
And we're going to shoot them. I'm going to shoot them. RJ's going to shoot them. Paxson, go down the list. We've got guys who are really, really good shooters, and, we're not going to shy away from taking those shots.
Yeah. You mentioned you thought this game sort of taught you guys have this high ceiling. Maybe didn't show it in every way tonight. Like, what is the thing that you think you do got, like, is it offensively? Is it shooting? Is it ball movement? Like, what's the thing that you think maybe you guys didn't show off fully what you're capable of?
Yeah, I think defensively we could have done a better job. I think they shot over 50% in the first half. Too many easy baskets. And listen, they made a couple tough shots, and so hats off to them. But we got to be, I think we had room to be better defensively, and I think we have a chance to be a really good defensive team. And so, I was proud of the way we were able to bounce back second half and defend better. But that's, definitely an area where I think, we've got a really high ceiling to be a really great defensive team.
Just how enjoyable was tonight for you? Like, just the way you guys played.
It's great. It's great. Great win. Great to get one win under our belt. Now, kind of clean slate going into next Sunday or Sunday, I believe. And go get another one.
And the ankle's fine.
Ankle's feeling great.
Cormac, you guys played 11 total guys, 10 guys for at least 8 minutes. Do you feel like depth is maybe the key strength of this team moving forward?
I think it's definitely a weapon for us. I think we've got, top to bottom, we've got really good players and guys who really compete, guys who can come in on any given night and, blow the doors off of it. And so we've got, a lot of depth, and it's a long season, it's a long game. You're going to have to try and wear people down sometimes, and so that depth is big for us.
Do you think that's what happened tonight, that you just kind of wore Radford down toward the end of the?
I think, absolutely. I think we had, you talk about Zayden, Elliot, Seth, Jalen, both Jalen's and James coming in. They gave us tremendous minutes. They gave us a lot of, energy. They gave us lifts off the bench when we kind of needed to put fresh faces in there, and so, that's hard for another team to deal with when you get, some of the starting 5 out, and then, the next guy in is coming in and kicking your butt. That wears teams down for sure.
Appreciate it, Cormac.
Bo came into.
He was coming off the screen, and I just booped him right in the head, and blood everywhere. I was like, oh Lord, I hope I didn't make him miss his first game as a Tar Heel, but he ended up playing, thank God, and that just shows his toughness, and he played a great game for us, and we needed him, so that was amazing.
I thought those shoot-arounds are supposed to be easy.
It was. I mean, we out there going hard, so things like that happen sometimes.
So that kind of surprised you. The first time you ever seen an injury in shoot-around?
Yep.
So hopefully the last. Yeah. Thank you.